So there's a bit of controversy within the Bleach community as of lately, and I'm jumping on it because I'd like to be more consistent, but also because I too have opinions on this and would like to address them, because as I guess you could say, a face of the community, I feel like, my opinion is somewhat moderately valid to some extent, and people would probably want to listen to it, so here you go. The concept of this video is about gatekeeping Bleach and whether it is right or wrong to gatekeep Bleach from the creator's perspective. Now, there's been a few YouTubers that have addressed this as of recently, such as DBZ Imran's video about going back on old videos, talking about them and kind of calling out people that called out Bleach in the past with misinformation and just poor overall agenda pushing. To which, yeah, some of these videos were years and years ago. However, if you continue to keep those views for a lengthy amount of time only to switch up conveniently around about the time that Bleach's anime returned, I think personally in context you are in fact valid. However, there are a few exceptions to the rule, such as New World Reviews or Grand Line Reviews, now known as Dude in a Room. He has multiple channels. He made a video talking about, reacting to DBZ Imran's talking about the fact that, yeah, it was a bad video, and the fact that I'd spoken to him in 2019, shout outs to him for remembering that in the first place, admitted that it was a bad video and that he shouldn't have used his own opinions as fact, of which I called him out for, is that his feelings were being pushed as an objective truth, which obviously wasn't, and he recognized that, and he has admitted that, he basically fucked up.
It's one of the worst videos I've ever made, actually, not so much because of what I'm saying, but because of how I'm saying it. Looking back on it, the video doesn't look like an opinion. It sounds like I'm presenting my points in a completely objective manner. And at the time, again, way back in 2019, I was actually called out by another Bleach YouTuber named James Hansen, who invited me to a discussion/debate on his Discord server. And the conversation went pretty much as follows. James brought up the major points I'd made and gave me some well-rounded insight into why I may have been wrong to have said those things that I said. And then usually I would go, yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, I still feel how I feel, but I probably shouldn't have said it like that. It was a really big learning experience for me, and it completely changed how I wrote scripts afterwards. I learned a lot about making subjective statements clearly subjective, using a lot of in my opinions and all that kind of crap. And that's why the Bleach video is still up to this very day, because even though it's utter garbage, it is still part of my history, and I do appreciate being reminded of it every now and then.
To respect to that, because I will always prefer people to go back and learn about what they did wrong or know how to approach something before making a video on it, and of course he has learnt from that, so big praises to him. Whether his thoughts on Bleach has changed or not, I don't know, but as long as he's consistent and as long as he owns up to his mistakes if he's made any, then I'm more than welcome to open arms to the Bleach community and say come on through, to which he has done. He's admitted those faults, and he's essentially in his own way apologized for that, so shout outs to him. So he is one of those that I wouldn't gatekeep, to be honest with you. However, there are other content creators I would, and this goes now into Broken Ronin's video where he talks about, hey look, yeah, people bash Bleach, but if you're a content creator with a big influence, then does it really matter? It's more popularity for Bleach, it's more ears on Bleach, which is absolutely true. We should always welcome people with a large audience to talk about Bleach and make it as big as it does, because it benefits the ecosystem, as you could say. If PewDiePie went and made a Bleach video and I made a Bleach video on the same day, I'm pretty sure I would get a lot of traffic from his video too. So it does help the ecosystem in a sense. However, this is where it comes to a morality thing when it comes to gatekeeping, and I think people are misunderstanding what we mean by gatekeeping in a sense, because we're not gatekeeping people who change their opinion and learn from their mistakes. Obviously we want to educate as many people as we want to. But let's talk about how we got to this situation in the first place. Ever since Bleach ended in 2012 and even 2016, it was very popular. Dude in a Room even admits it. I'm not the only one. Even a hater, if you want to really class him as a hater, but even the haters will admit that this started around about 2012 and 2016. It was very popular, it was very monetizable to bash Bleach.
Now within the anime community though, there was a point where it became very popular to kind of crap on Bleach for about a gazillion different reasons, some of which are relevant, some of which in retrospect is just whinging. And this is something that has made the core Bleach fan base, in my opinion, very defensive. And honestly, rightfully so. There was legitimately a time in the anime community where admitting that you were really into Bleach would have people looking down on you.
Because when it came to One Piece and Naruto, those were popular, so you needed, I guess, a third child in this to kind of bash, because again, it's like, oh, I want to talk about Bleach, but it's popular to bash it, so it's like, of course, like that's your excuse to talk about Bleach, right? So, and you want to get views. It was very popular, even though people debunked it time and time again. People were misled countless times about Bleach, about its cancellation, and about its bad storytelling, because bad influencers were pushing their large audience to spread that narrative in the first place. So it's like, hey, we're gatekeeping the people who are saying, hey, sorry, your house is on fire. I may have tipped petrol on it in the first place, or I may have put gasoline on it in the first place, but hey, once it's rebuilt, I'll come over and have a cup of tea and biscuits with you. It's like, no, mate, that's not how this works. You set that fire in the first place. You helped contribute to that fire in the first place. You don't get to be invited into the new home afterwards, you know. If it's a mistake, it's a mistake, cool, but when you actively make that fire, you don't get to expect to just jump back into it once that home's rebuilt. There's probably better analogies, but that's the first one that really came to my head. And I said this in many live streams, and I've said this in many videos as well. As soon as Bleach comes back, do not let these people eat off the table, because these are the people who are opportunists and jump to that opportunity. And of course, who wouldn't want to jump to an opportunity? If you're there to make money, oh, there's some money there in it, you know, then obviously everyone's going to do it. But as a content creator, there's this thing that you should have called integrity. And you should stick to that integrity, right? If you go years and years and years spreading misinformation, causing issues for other content creators of your doing, of your own cause and effect, and then you want to play it off like nothing happened, and essentially try and eat off the table that we as the Bleach community made, then think again, man. Which quite recently, if there's anything I've got to give Twitter like an absolute round of applause for, it was Anime News Network recently posting an image saying who's excited for like Ichigo coming back or Bleach coming back, and the quote tweets and the responses were just amazing, because Anime News Network since like 2012 has been known to constantly make nothing but article upon article upon article upon article bashing Bleach time and time and time again, because it got clicks. Now that it's coming back, oh, let's switch it up. Who's excited for Bleach coming back? Well, clearly not you. Clearly not you, Anime News Network, because for years upon years upon years upon end, it's not like, oh, we'll go back to an article from like 10 years ago, or we'll go back to an article from 5 years ago. You did it consistently for year upon year upon year upon year. You know, your view set hadn't changed in the first place. And even if it was a different editor or a different, you know, journalist, right? You as a website, your editor-in-chief chose to allow those things. Your admins chose to allow that content from the world's most trusted anime news site, which is supposed to be, you know, a news source of facts, you know, not opinions. You allowed that on a yearly basis, and Twitter wasn't having any of it. Twitter said, no, like, who are you? You bash Bleach for years. You don't get to eat at the table, and you should be able to keep that same energy with content creators. So no, we're not gatekeeping for those that say, hey, I'm wrong. You know, I've learned my mistakes. I made a bad video here and there. You know, like, I want people to see my bad takes. Here's my new ones. That's cool. Like, do that. That's absolutely amazing. But don't, you know, bash Bleach and then not take any accountability for what you did in the past, right? Even if it's as recent as 2019 to even 2020, continue that same mentality, but switch it up because now it's popular again. Because I think I speak for myself in this regard of like, hey, look, like, I built my career talking about Bleach and I got a lot of hate. I had a lot of mental stress because of the content creators doing the things that they did in the past and the article posts that websites have done in the past. It has a cause and effect, and if you start then messing with people's income, especially their reputation and their channel and the series that they talk about, the thing that they're trying to make a living off especially, why would you as a content creator let them in after they burnt the house down that you then had to rebuild? Why would you do that? And, you know, I think that Broken Ronin and other people that I've seen on Twitter kind of misunderstand that. Oh yeah, they've got a big popularity, let them talk about it, it's good for Bleach. Maybe, but is it morally right? Not for me, it's not. It's like, you should call out people that have been like pissing on your house, really. Why wouldn't you? If you're a content creator, big or small, that wants to talk about Bleach but are scared to because of the recent, you know, hater videos that have been coming out as of recently, make those videos. No one's going to come after you, especially if you've never had an opinion on Bleach in the first place. We always welcome new creators, of course. And if you are an old creator that has, you know, pissed on Bleach in the past. If you're going to make a Bleach video, admit your fault. Say, look, man, like, yeah, you know, I was wrong. The Bleach anime was coming back. I should have listened. I reread X, Y, and Z. My opinions have changed. I see this perspective, X, Y, and Z. And then, you know, continue that consistency with Bleach. You know, don't just make a one-off video because it's a quick view click, you know, which Supai Patchwolf did around about the time it was announced, jumping on that extra search traffic, you know, very smart business moves there. It's about context by context basis of like looking at who's genuine and who is not. Yes, we will look at your past history and see if you're consistent with it, because we will tell in context if you're genuine or not. Because if you have bashed Bleach since 2016 till 2020 continuously, and then your tweets or your videos suddenly changed the moment it was announced, I don't know about you guys, but chances are, you know, give or take, they're switching up for views and for the hype, and that is bad. Is that a content creator you want to watch? Should we gatekeep that? Absolutely. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how much influence you've got. Bleach will do good with or without you, simple as, right? No one needs you. But you don't piss in the new home that you built in the first place. Simple as. Is DBZ Run salty or jealous? No. Big content creator that's earned his stripes and he's been there for a long time, you know, doing the best that he does. You know, he has nothing to prove. I don't think, you know, he did this out of a marketing strategy like Dude in the Room said. You know, if he did, fair play, but I generally think, you know, he wanted to do a fun satirical video, just calling out and making awareness to those who you should and shouldn't follow, and keeping your wits about you. At the end of the day, there's no objective morality. However, all we can do as creators is give you the pieces of the puzzle for you as the viewers to put those puzzle pieces together and make your own decision. If you like the creators that talk shit about it and now are talking fantastic about it, sure, go enjoy their content. However, is that the kind of content creator you wish to watch? If you like being gaslighted, I mean, sure. But that's my take on it. With that being said, I'm going to catch you motherfuckers later. You guys, of course, have this find. I've been Hanson, and as always, people, peace out.